Alright. Doing the MooseHead Lager since 1867. 5% alcohol from St. John's, New Brunswick. Not to be confused with St. John's, Newfoundland. But apparently they double named cities in the Maritimes there, so happy birthday. I don't know if it's MooseHead's birthday, 1867. I'm just messing with everybody. It's not my birthday. It's probably not even your birthday. But this is Canada's oldest independent brewery. We got the nice moose on the cover. It's quite a nice can. MooseHead Lager here, 5%. I probably said that. Got a dent. See, show off the dent. I got that out of the dent pile. And there's some hot glue on the can as well. So they're still shipping this out of St. John's, New Brunswick, and this is one of the only pale lagers brewed in Canada that Molson doesn't own. So, and they got a green tab, so that's extra cool, eh? Green can, green tab. It's little things like that you gotta give credit to where credit is due on just a little bit of flash on the green tab. That's pretty slick. They could have went with an aluminum colored tab, but no, they greened it out. Anodized green aluminum tab. Super cool. So well, I'm seeing what you're seeing. Just a shade darker. I might need to adjust my hue. Oh, this smells like a really good domestic pale lager. That's because it is a really good domestic pale lager. A little bit of, I know we're getting sweetness. Gotta be a little bit of corn in there. I'm tasting a little bit of corn. I'm not really good at picking out small amounts of corn, to be quite honest. I kind of am. I'm absolutely certain there's corn in there. It's hard because, it's not too far off from the barley flavor, but it is there. To me, it's more of a gut feeling. I feel the corn more than what I taste it, and I am not a fan of corn in beer, but not much I can do about it, right? Except gently complain. I understand why it's there. Gives it that little bit of body and sweetness, but a lot of people love. But what I'm picking out of here that I'm liking is the hops. I'm really liking the hops in this one. Because the domestic pales are so, uniform. Just little differences like that. I'm picking up a really nice hop quality to it. Supercharged head dissipation. I mean, that a big beautiful head in there. It's, hope you had like 2 drinks or something and it's gone. Well, I like it better than quite a few domestic pale lagers, although it is kind of making me a bit sick to drink it. They all do that for the most part with this style of beer. For me, but still, I mean, you could do a lot worse than MooseHead. It's a 5% pale lager. It's everywhere. This type of stuff. At this point, it's just which one do you prefer? I'm getting a lot of sweetness, a lot of heaviness in the back. So I think there is a fair amount of corn in this one. Like, it's and the hops are coming. It's very well balanced. Like for what for what it is, I think that these guys are doing a fabulous job at this. And then you hear the craft brew, the zero tolerance crew. Yes, yes, we know. we know, certain people had the same equipment, we'd be getting a much different beer. Crazy sweet in the finish for um crazy actually this beer has an excellent finish for to look at it for what it is. I mean, this beer, with the way the sweetness comes across with what they're designing here, they're nailing it. Bang. Like um out of a style, it's just almost perfect. Like for beer and beer overall, it's not um it's it's still okay, but it's not when you're against corn beer, you're against corn beer, and there's nothing um you can do about that. So, you know, this, yeah, it's the old um, paradox or whatever. Way better than Molson Canadian, we'll put it that way. And I think I rated Molson Canadian at about a 6, which I almost want to knock down to a 5. Um, the old style Pilsner, I may have found it to 7 because I thought it was so much better than Canadian, and it's not just because I'm from the prairies, but it has nothing to do with I'm not biased and that I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. So this is a maritime beer, and I don't care if it's from there. Straight up against Molson Canadian, way better. Um, Old Style Pilsner, which is a Molson product, still way better than Old Style Pilsner, which I'm a fan of actually. I really like that beer for some odd reason, but I'll give him a point. I'll give Old Style Pillow at least a point over Molson. This is probably in the same category as Old Style Pill, though. I can't justify giving it any more than a 7 because I gave Old Style Pill a 7. And that's about as good as it gets for beer overall for these domestic pale lagers for me. Domestic pale lager is probably it's a grand slam, but I wish there'd be some people that would just take all the adjuncts out on the North American continent and just barley, you know, just just leave it alone. Just barley water hop it. Just do the old German purity law thing and just let the barley do its thing, because that's really what I enjoy for my lagers. You know. Right, so I think we did it. I mean, it's probably going to deteriorate a little bit at the end. It is quite light looking, but it is 5%, and it is carrying a heavy finish. I've milked this as much as I can milk it. There's nothing else to say. Really like the green tab. Yes, whatever. One the spiel. MooseHead Brewery, owned by the Olin family, St. John's, New Brunswick, traces its roots back to 1867 when Susanna Olin first brewed in her backyard. From that moment forward, our story has been blah 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 blah, golden color, light body, refreshing, blah 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 blah, malt, sweet, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's it. Um, yeah, people would go ape shit over this. A little bit of tang in the very back, a little bit of a boomerang tang. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm gonna give it a 6 or whatever. 6.5 or something. You know, I don't want to get. I'm not too excited about it, but it's for domestic pale lager, it's really good. Kinda, yeah. As good as it's gonna get. Not gonna get any better than that, probably. That's what makes my stomach and my head sad. We're gonna have to start a anti-corn movement, which should start happening anytime now. I mean, the next phase. I mean, the craft brewer's doing really good. I mean, the next phase uh, naturally would be to for consumers to start lobbying against the corn movement and to start requesting pulling percentages of corn out of the pale lagers. Some of these brands might do it. See, Molson makes all these different beers, and they got beers out east that we can't even get here. Why can't they just leave the corn out of one of their products and just see how it does? And so this review is going straight to Molson Canadian headquarters, maybe MooseHead headquarters, maybe. Why doesn't MooseHead, you know, being the family-run brewery underdog, why don't you just put out a straight barley version of the same beer, just pull the corn out, and just see, you know, still keep it at 5%, so throw some extra barley in there, you know, and just see how it goes over. Just experiment a little bit. I think that would be really cool, and I think that's eventually, hopefully that's what happens a bit. Beerzerker, and I'm out 11:52, milked it. Happy birthday, Moosehead. Alright.